Hey guys, it's Tommeh, and welcome back to my first Toontown video in like 3 months. So anyway, yeah, as you can see, this is going to be a rant, although not exactly a rant. I know that this, by the looks of the title, looks a lot like those other videos that I posted regarding my friends getting banned, regarding like the you stink thing and the building stealing, but this, while this is a similar story, while I am going to tell a story of how there has been a little bit of commotion within the community about some of my friends getting banned for glitches, which, and being accused for hacking, which they did not do. The different part about this story is that there's actually a good ending to it. With my friends, they actually ended up getting unbanned. And their accounts are basically both in good standing now. So, knowing that, I'm going to go into this rant with a little bit of a lighter touch, just because, usually, like, in my past rants, well, first of all, in my past rants, there have been, like, numerous other people, like, usually Rocky and Anthony will be there to kind of offer another perspective, but this is just going to be kind of my viewpoint on the whole thing, because granted, I wasn't involved in the situation in any way, and I also really just kind of learned about it, like, as it was coming to its closing stages. So, knowing that, let's get started. So, basically the premise of what this ban was about is that, two of my friends, Max and Zeus, I don't know what their tunes names are, those are just their Skype names, they were doing some glitch in Boss Fight HQ. I believe it was a flying glitch that involved, like, using the gears or something. I'll put a link in the description how it works, because I know they've recorded a few videos regarding it. But basically they were doing some glitch which apparently allows you to fly in Boss Fight HQ, or maybe in other places, I'm not sure. And essentially, they were doing this glitch, and while they weren't hacking in any way, they were just performing this glitch. Immediately while they were doing this, they got banned. Like, they got kicked off the game, and their accounts actually both got terminated completely. Now, one of them, I forget who was who, one of their accounts had some infractions on it, like some prior offenses, I don't know what for, but I think one of them had at least served like a 3-day ban. But the other one had no offenses on it whatsoever. It was in completely good standing at the time of the termination, and it was just kind of a complete shock. First of all, that they were banned in the first place, but also that an account that was in like seemingly good standing was banned for just one offense. Now, to kind of talk about why it was shocking that, like, this one offense, like, whether it was hacking or not, like, we know now, and, like, my friends have known the entire time that it wasn't hacking, but, like, whether it was hacking or not, it was kind of appalling that, it would lead to an automatic termination. Now, the mod, wasn't sure if I was gonna name them or not, but basically, like, their name has been posted in the massive subreddit, or Reddit article that was posted on this, but a mod named Twilight McKnight was the one that ended up banning them. And the reason why I was kind of questioning why there would be like a permanent, like a termination for just one offense, like a first-time offense, even if it is hacking, the reason why I was kind of skeptical about that is because I don't know if I've revealed this in past videos or not, but I actually had 2 of my accounts banned because of hacking. I basically used a game enhancer. I was just like increasing the speed of my tune, and I used it for a short time, and about a week after I downloaded it, I was in Donald's Dreamland. I was not in a populated district. I thought I was alone, and turns out there was a mod there who's invisible. They sent me like a like a whisper that said, like, I saw you running on both your tunes, like, you'll get an email or something like that. And as a result, I was banned for 1 month on both my tunes. So, knowing that, I really just kind of wonder, like, since it was the same offense, and I understand that it was a different mod that dealt with my case, like, I forget what the name was. It was like a one-word name. It had thunder in it, and it was a blue pig. But regardless, I mean, it just, like, it makes me wonder what kind of makes... What are the grounds of termination, and what makes the mods choose how long they ban someone for, or whether they ban someone at all for different offenses. And now, you can't really counter this with the argument like, oh, not all offenses are seen by the mods, so therefore not all of them are, like, dealt with, but I'm just talking about the ones that are dealt with, because in my situation, in my friend's situation, both of them involved, which I'll get to a little bit later, both of them involved, like, witnessing what appeared to be a hack. In my case, it actually was, and both actually were, like, punished. So I just kind of wonder, why was it that mine was for a month and that theirs was a permanent termination? And just to give a little, like, background info, I didn't have any prior offenses on my account, just to kind of add that to the picture. So anyway, oh god, I completely forget the fucking recipes. I haven't played this game in forever. So anyway, the reason why the mod Twilight McKnight perceived this as hacking is because if you notice, and actually I can probably show this in just a little bit, the reason why it was perceived as hacking is because the tunes in question, the tunes of my friends Max and Zeus, they appeared to be, like, running basically at a speed hacking level. And because of this, because it appeared that they were going, like, significantly faster than normally, like, tunes can go, the mod must have thought that they were speed hacking and therefore sent them the ban and kicked them off the game. So, looking at this, like I said, I really wish, like, I could show you guys the glitch. There will be a link in the description, like, to a video performing the glitch, just because I really don't have much knowledge of it. But yeah, just look in the description, pause the video if you'd like, and you can just see the glitch in action. But anyways, let me show you why, at least to my knowledge of this glitch, let me show you why this might have been an issue, there might have been, like, a speed hacking complaint. So the reason why is because the glitch, as far as I know, is performed by using these gears. And basically, oh, I just got hurt. Basically, there's something that you can do, like I said, haven't played this game in a while, where you can make it so, when you're on the gear, like, you move really fast. In fact, I think the gears are randomized in terms of speed. Maybe, maybe not? Okay, I guess not. But anyway, something about this glitch, which you'll probably see in the video in the description, made them go faster than a normal tune should. And because of this, it appeared as if they were speed hacking. So, looking at that, I can kind of understand why the mod decided to ban my friends. And like I said at the beginning, I'm kind of taking a lighter tone to this, First of all, because the bans were overturned, and also because, like, when you really look at it, it's kind of easy to see how this could have been a bannable offense, because, I mean, I really don't blame the mod too much, because, like, looking at how speed can be increased by this, it's kind of hard to come up with any conclusion other than the fact that it was a speed hack of some sort. So in that regard, I really don't blame the mod too much. While I don't agree with the permanent ban, especially on the account that had no prior offenses whatsoever, while I do disagree with that, I don't agree with the premise on which the ban was enacted. So anyway, getting more into the whole process of this ban and how everything played out. So let me just go ahead, I'm going to show on the screen right now a message that was sent to my friends. They each got this email. It's on the screen right now. It says, "Hi there, you were found using a third-party program to run quicker on your tune. This is not a result of a glitch. Your account was not terminated for glitching. Our logs show that a third-party program was used on your account. As a result, your termination will not be lifted. You are free to create a new account at any time, but please remember that previous terminations will factor in future punishments made on your account. Hope you have a good day." So, As you can see, this comes from TTR support, and this was in response to an email that one of my friends sent to support, just to like kind of explain the case and find out why they were banned. And all of this was posted on the Reddit article. It has since been locked. It was posted, I want to say, maybe a week ago, 5 days ago or so. But essentially, like, here, let me just show you the image. I'll show you the image right now of what they sent in response to this. So, as you can see on the screen, they said, "Hi, thanks for your reply. I can somewhat understand why you'd think I was using a third-party program to make my tune run quicker. When the boarding group flying glitch is performed in BBHQ on the rotating gears," yeah, I assume that's how it's performed, "the tune will be synced with the motion, and the further the tune moves away from the gears, the quicker it will seem the tune will be." So basically, and also, as you can see in this image, there is a YouTube video that they linked, like, proving the glitch to be true. But even after this, and I don't have the email or response that was sent, like, in response to this, but even after this, the ban was not lifted and no action was really taken. It was just kind of, like, TTR support didn't respond after this, and that was basically that. So essentially, what happened after this was we were all kind of at a loss, because we didn't really know if this ban was going to get lifted. We didn't know, like, first of all, we didn't really have much faith in the TTR support system in the first place, because, like, first of all, they either never respond, or when they do, they just send an automated message or don't really change anything. Like, from our perspective, we had never ever seen TTR support, or really anyone from TTR, admit a mistake of, like, wrongdoing or anything regarding bans. Now, I do have one example of like a mistake that they did make regarding something. So, and it wasn't regarding a ban, it was actually just regarding a warning, and I'll show that right now. It happened about 2 months ago under a thread called "Toontown Moderator Goes in Ghost Mode, warns player for a harmless BBHQ out of bounds glitch for exploiting Toontown." So basically, Joey himself responded to this on the Reddit article that was posted, and as you can see on the screen, he said, "Sorry for the commotion, everyone. You were very right that this was an improper warning, and everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes those things happen. We do have a warning for exploiting. However, we hadn't fully distinguished to all of our staff members the difference of a glitch versus an exploit." And basically, he goes on to say that he removed the warning from the account, talked to the moderation staff, and yeah, that was basically it. And to my knowledge, this warning was given, what I was told, because people were literally just walking up to the executive tower in the difference, and I assume that means they were basically just, like, doing an out of bounds, well, yeah, as it says, an out of bounds glitch, to go and, like, walk up to it. And so this is kind of another example of how a glitch was perceived as a hack, even though it was literally just an out of bounds glitch. So I'm not really holding this example to the situation so much. A, because they admitted their mistake, and B, because it really couldn't even be perceived as a glitch whatsoever. So or as a hack whatsoever, just because there was no speed hack, there was no anything. So honestly, knowing that, it would, if I was in Joey's shoes, it would be kind of hard not to admit wrongdoing in this situation. So that's about all I have to say about that. But anyway, with this situation, so kind of going back to what I was saying, we were really at a loss as to what to do, because we just kept getting automated responses. We kept getting replies from, like, Joey on Reddit and other people on Reddit, and I don't have examples of this on hand, but basically some of the things that, like, Joey himself was saying was that basically that we were, like, completely wrong. They had solid proof that we were speed hacking, like, we knew that we were hacking, we knew what we were doing, and basically just a lot of assumptions that, like, we apparently were very aware that, like, hacking was the reason for the ban, even though, like, we all knew that it wasn't. So, knowing that, it really kind of led us for a while to believe that TTR really is not able to admit mistakes when there is, like, a question that comes to it. Like, going back to the apology that I showed you guys, like, that was on Reddit from Joey, going back to that, that really was just a result of a situation where there really wasn't, it was clearly a mistake. Like, there was no deliberation whatsoever. But when it comes to, like, another situation like the one that we've been dealing with just this past week, it really gave us the impression that TTR really has an inability to admit mistakes when there could be a possibility that they made one. Like, obvious mistakes, there's really not much, like, you can do about that just because, like, it's an honest mistake. But when it comes to this, it's kind of hard. It really led us to believe that they were just, like, not really caring, especially because, like, my friends and I have obviously kind of stirred the shit pot before and had, like, a lot of controversy go down in the Toontown community. So that's just kind of the impression that we got. And honestly, I don't know if this is the only reason why we were able to get the bans lifted, but what ended up happening is my friend Rocky, you guys all know about, he ended up contacting the random dog, who is the community organizer, community manager, something along those lines, of Toontown Rewritten, and was like, hey, like, this is what happened, here's a video explaining it, here's the log files, here's literally everything you need to know, and if this is still worth a ban to you, then we got nothing else. And so the random dog actually did consider it, and he was like, all right, I'll, like, take a look at these, I'll show them to the team, and I'll take these into consideration. And so we were all pretty hopeful, and turns out a short time later, might have been later that night or the next day, both of my friends, Max and Zeus, got emails saying that their accounts were unterminated. So it's just like, while we are extremely happy and really grateful that they did unterminate our friends' accounts, it really just kind of, it was like, we just really wonder, and we still continue to wonder, why it took so long for them to realize that there was no wrongdoing, because, like, at least one of the two of them had sent in their log files, had sent in the, like, had sent in video of the glitch being performed and how it could be misperceived, and yet we got no response, we got nothing. And I just wonder, like, was it because we have connections to the TTR staff through Rocky and the random dog? Like, was that the reason why this ban was lifted? And, like, as an extension of that, would the ban have even been considered to be lifted had we not had those connections? Like, it really just kind of makes me wonder why, or what the whole appeal system is really about, and how someone is actually supposed to, like, argue their case in the face of Toontown Rewritten. Now, let me be completely honest, like, I'm not gonna completely trash the support system. Like, while I do think it's very broken and extremely unreliable, I can't exactly blame them, because I really can't imagine how many emails they get, like, on a weekly basis about, you know, Toons getting banned, Toons, like, doing stupid shit, like, Toons greening, or just, like, doing things that would be seen as bannable, because I understand, like, I'm fully aware that they cannot handle every single situation, and that, like, not everything is going to be solved. It's like the cops in the real world, they don't solve every crime, they don't, like, catch every burglar, every, like, every driver involved in a hit and run. Like, it just doesn't happen that way. Like, while we wish that everything could be solved, just due to the fact that literally, like, you can't have full surveillance of the entire game and every player on it, like, you're not going to get, in case you report someone, or in case, like, you do something and get banned for it when you shouldn't have been banned for it, there's really no guarantee that your case is going to be heard, or that, in the case of the former, or the first, like, thing that I said right there, there's really no guarantee that the person you report is going to get banned. And that's just kind of an inherent flaw of the system that would be very difficult to fix, especially seeing that, like, granted, Toontown Rewritten is a completely, like, volunteer-based thing. They don't make any money off of it. They don't, sell any products. They literally are just doing it out of their own bank of time and money. So knowing that, I can't really blame them too much for not like paying super close attention to this. But in light of that, it really just does kind of undermine a little bit of the justice, knowing that like if you have connections to the TTR team, you can have your case heard and have it kind of like expedited. Now, I know this is kind of like contradictory because I am happy that we were able to get our bans reversed, but just kind of looking at the bigger picture and thinking of those who have not had their bans reversed and those who have had like justice improperly served either to them or to others, it really just kind of like strikes a negative chord, because you wish that you could solve everything, but you really can't, and that's just how it is. Like, it sucks that not everything can be seen under a microscopic like focus, as everyone would want like a report case or a false report case to be, but that's really just how it is. And so as much as I'd love to like say that TTR needs to fix its support system, which it does in a way, I can't really blame them for not being able to see every case. And so in that regard, I'm kind of at a loss for words. But anyway, regarding the situation, I guess kind of the bigger picture is that me and my friend group, we are, like, after having some of these bans that just seemed really ludicrous, and even with, like, all the attention that we gave them, like, through the other videos with the You Stink video and the building stealing video, despite all the attention, we're just really glad that this time we actually, like, got a positive result, because what made us especially mad about those previous cases is that, like, despite all the attention that they got, despite the fact that almost everyone on the Reddit, almost, like, basically thousands of people who had seen the videos that I had posted and all the things that had been posted, and even, like, Mega Snoop's video regarding my building stealing, like, we were just kind of appalled that despite all of that, and despite kind of, like, all the cases for our argument, we were really just kind of pissed that justice was not served. So, like, in light of that, I'll be interested to see, like, what happens in the future, because I honestly wouldn't, I'm kind of expecting, like, some of my friends or myself to get banned at some point for a reason that really does not, like, reflect what actually happened or kind of what the guidelines stand to say. Like, for example, the getting banned for spamming You Stink, some people called it rude behavior, others called it spamming, but, like, the root of it was that it's a speed chat phrase. And the building stealing, like, I'm not trying to, like, reignite the flames of this whole argument, but it's just that, like, you can't steal a building. It doesn't belong to anyone. While it's not common courtesy to go in a building when other people are waiting there, you can't steal a building. So, just in light of that, it'll be interesting to see what happens down the road in case some people that I know get banned. And actually, there is another, I'm not going to get into this too much, but there actually is another situation that I have been looking into that happened a few months ago, and I'm debating whether I want to talk about it in another video or not, but you'll know what it is when you see it. So anyway, yeah, last thing I want to say is just I am proud of TTR for being able to admit that they were wrong. I am glad that the appeal system, or I guess lack thereof, actually kind of worked for once. And it gives me a little bit of hope that TTR is kind of like changing for the better in some areas. And with that, I must say, like, I can't completely criticize them, because I do realize that they put a shit ton of effort into this, and also they can't govern the entire player base of Toontown, and how some things like this glitch could be perceived as a hack. Like, I really can't blame them for that. But what I can say is that, like, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the near future. So anyway, I didn't mean for this video to get anywhere near as long as it has been. I was really thinking around 15 minutes, but I basically said everything that I need to say. So, Anyway, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this rant. I hope you guys are doing all well out there, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. So, see you guys in my next video.